When you mention grammar, a lot of people think, well, dusty textbooks, right?
Oh, absolutely. Red pens and complicated rules, it can seem a bit daunting.
Exactly. But for this deep dive, we looked into ways to actually make learning grammar engaging, fun even.
Yeah, there's this idea it has to be boring, but the resources we found really challenge that. Turns out grammar can be, well, kind of an adventure.
Okay, so let's jump in. First up, gamification, making it a game.
Right. Using things like play, competition, maybe some rewards to get people motivated.
Like those apps, Langley. It uses AI and stories, kind of like a visual novel for grammar.
Oh, yeah, that sounds cool. And then there's the big one, Duolingo, streaks, points, all that stuff.
Keep you coming back, doesn't it? Though maybe some find it a little surface level.
Perhaps for deep learning, yeah. But for getting started, that engagement is pretty powerful.
And platforms like Quizzes or Kahoots, they bring in that competitive element.
Yeah, making quizzes actually fun, which is quite a feat.
And it's not just apps and websites. We saw stuff like physical games.
Totally. There's a board game, Grammar City, apparently. And lots of printable games teachers use.
Even simple things like making sentences with flashcards or a grammar scavenger hunt around the house.
We also saw some platforms like Brainscape using spaced repetition that's showing you stuff just before you forget it. Really clever.
So that challenge and reward cycle, it really taps into how we learn.
Definitely. Okay, so beyond games, what about stories?
Storytelling. Yeah, that came up a lot. Learning grammar through stories.
It makes sense, right?
Right.
Stories give rules context. You see why a certain tense is used.
Instead of just memorizing it, like analyzing a novel to see how the author uses grammar for effect.
Exactly. And even better, creating your own stories.
Using specific grammar points you're trying to learn.
Precisely. Maybe using picture prompts or writing dialogue. There are resources built around this, like Grammar Stories from Ally.
Even just sharing, personal stories becomes practice. Makes it relevant.
Connects grammar to actual communication.
Yeah.
Less abstract.
Okay, what else? Multimedia seemed big too. Videos, podcasts.
Yeah, music even. Using different formats makes it more dynamic. Good for different learning styles too.
We saw resources like Learn English Kids with Cartoons, Oxford Online English for more serious lessons.
Lots of YouTube channels too, explaining things clearly and analyzing song lyrics. That can be fun.
Right. Seeing grammar out in the wild, so to speak.
Okay, so we've got games, stories, multimedia, but you still need to actually use the language, right? Active learning.
Yes, that's crucial. Not just passively absorbing things like writing prompts focused on a specific rule.
Or journaling. That's a great way to practice and sort of catch your own mistakes.
Creative writing, too. Experimenting with different sentence structures.
And looking at real texts, like news articles or even social media posts, and analyzing the grammar there.
Understanding things like active versus passive voice in context.
It's about that balance, isn't it? Active practice combined with just soaking up the language.
And making it relevant seems key across the board. Learning grammar in contexts that actually mean something to you.
Yes, using materials related to your hobbies or interests, it sticks better. And remembering, grammar is really just the toolkit for clear communication.
We also saw a focus on simplification, breaking down big, scary rules.
Definitely. Smaller chunks are less overwhelming. Using visuals helps too charts, mind maps.
Analogies even, to make abstract ideas feel more concrete.
Anything to demystify it and show it's not some impossible code.
Right. And finally, just making the activities engaging. Quizzes that give feedback, more games, group projects.
Collaborative stuff like making posters or skits, even using humor. It all helps retention.
It's about finding that sweet spot between focusing on accuracy and just, communicating fluently, integrating grammar into speaking and writing practice.
Learning shouldn't feel like a chore. Interaction is key.
So it really seems grammar learning can be enjoyable. It's not destined to be dry. You've got gamification, storytelling, multimedia, active practice.
Focusing on real-world use, keeping things simple, using interactive activities. There are lots of options.
The main takeaway seems to be experiment. Find what clicks for your own learning style. Mix and match these techniques.
Which leaves us with a final thought for everyone listening. Knowing all these engaging methods exist, how might you shift your perspective on tackling grammar? Because ultimately, mastering it really does empower you to express yourself clearly and confidently.